Hello everybody, thank you for joining us on our hazard field trip. The 3 stops that we are going to make today are all in the United States. The hurricanes in Florida, which is an atmosphere hazard, is the first stop. The earthquakes in California, which is a lithosphere hazard, is the second stop. And the droughts also in California, which is a hydrosphere hazard, is the third stop. Hurricanes occur when the sun heats the water and that water starts evaporating and cools into the clouds. It produces strong winds that would push water toward the land and create destruction in man-made areas. They could be commonly found in the southeastern region of the United States, where it is closer to the Atlantic Ocean due to the tropical surface temperatures. Florida is one of the well-known states that is significantly prone to intense winds, sun, and forms clouds to energize hurricanes. The most recent hurricane in 2017 was Hurricane Irma, with a wind speed that went up to 120 miles per hour in Miami alone. As it moved up north of Florida, 1.4 million homes were reported to lose power, damage, and 100,000 people resorted to shelters. A good way to prevent being in hurricanes that are heavily impacted would be by making buildings or shelters prone to high winds, and major flooding would be best to make structures stronger during intense winds, and so on. The second stop are the earthquakes in California. Earthquakes are most commonly found in regions that have faults and active plates, especially regions in or near the Pacific Ocean. The process of earthquakes is throughout a patchwork of plates that move slow but in constant motion due to the release of the heat in the Earth's mantle and core. Plate boundaries lock while the plates move past each other and create frictional stress. California's earthquakes are caused by the movement of huge blocks of the Pacific and North American plates. Large earthquakes in the state is due to the San Andreas Fault as it moves northwest 50 millimeters per year. One significant earthquake in the Los Angeles region would be the Northridge earthquake with a magnitude of 6.4 on January 17, 1994. This earthquake was the first one to strike directly under an urban area of the U.S. since the 1933 Long Beach. There were damages throughout LA with sections of major freeways collapsed, parking and office building structures falling apart, and numerous apartment buildings. Common safety procedures that could be followed is by storing canned foods and water in case of destructive earthquakes and knowing the designated safety areas when indoors. The best way to reduce impact is by creating a plan when a disaster could hit your area, making structures stronger so we would not have to deal with permanent damage. Lastly, California also underwent droughts. Droughts are impacted by nature, rainfall, and even human activity. The hot and dry weather affect drought-prone areas, especially when there is little to no rainfall. There could be determined by the amount of rainfall, state of waterways, how dry the soil is, and so on. Specifically, they go through water quality degradation, surface and groundwater level declines, and land subsidence. In February 2018, drought has been reported in the LA area as well as Ventura and Santa Barbara. 44% of the state is now considered to be in a moderate drought, where the amount of rain and dry vegetation resulting from lack of rain became a perfect mechanism for wildfire to occur. We rely on it for food, hygiene, and environmental care, and so on. The least we can do is be more cautious with the amount of water we use. Thank you for joining us in our hazard field trip.